welcome back to Weekly Photo Tips on YouTube. Mark and I greatly appreciate you coming here and spending your time on our channel and want to say thank you for that. The other thing is we're trying something new this week. We're going to start opening up tips that will be presented by up-and-coming photographers that might have something to offer to others. And we've got a new guy this week. His name is Scott. What's his last name?
Kelby.
Scott Kelby. You're gonna like this guy, and he's got a tip on doing HDR in a really dark setting. So check this out.
I think he knows some stuff about Photoshop too, right?
Photoshop? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. Check it out.
All right, I've got a tip for you on shooting long exposure HDRs. So normally what we'll do, we're going to set up an HDR to bracket like 5 shots. Now on a Nikon you have to bracket 5 shots, but you're only going to use the first shot, the second shot, and the 5th shot. On Canon they'll actually do 2-shot brackets, so you just can use all 3. But here's the problem. When I'm shooting something as dark as we are here, I'm going to just shoot a regular exposure. Watch how long the shutter's going to be open. Watch. All right, so it's open a good long time, and I'm at F5. Now let's get to where we really should be, about F8 or F10 here, maybe F11. Here's F11. So just for the regular exposure, it's 5 seconds. So I'm going to need 5 shots. Well, normally in a regular lighting condition, you would set this thing to high-speed continuous. You'd take your finger and go, and shoot off all 5 shots, right? That's what you normally do. But the problem is I could be holding that button down for 25 seconds, 30 seconds for all 5 exposures to go off, which means there's going to be a little bit of camera shake. You're going to move the camera just a little bit, just enough to take it from a tack sharp shot to just a, oh, I wish it was tack sharp shot. Here's how to get around that. You're going to use the self timer mode on your camera. So what it's going to do is you're going to press the shot, take your hand off, and it's going to take the shot. And it'll wait as long as it needs to leave the shutter button, and it'll close the shutter for you. That way, in a lighting condition like we have here, which is really, really very dark, you're not going to have any camera shake at all. Now, by default, your camera's set to probably a 10-second exposure. So go into your menu and change it to, you can go as low, I think, as 2 seconds on both Nikon and Canon. That way you can get your exposure to wait 1, 2, and then take the shot. The best way to see it is, let's just try it. So first, let me go ahead and turn on my bracketing. So I'm bracketing 5 exposures, so it's going to take 5 shots with 1-step increments, 1-stop increments. Then I'm going to set my camera here, the dial, to self-timer. I've already set it in my menu to 2 seconds. So here's the first exposure, watch. And then just take, now watch how long this is open. All right, I'm going to take the second shot of the series. You're taking 5, right? Here's 2. Your finger would be there from now all the way through that whole shot. And it's going to get longer here in just a moment. Here's the 3rd exposure. Also, to minimize the vibration that you might create, don't hit the button. What you're going to do is put your finger on it and roll off with it, kind of like this. You're just going to touch it and roll off. It minimizes the amount of shake the camera's going to have. Watch how long this one's open. That's your finger on the camera holding it all this time. You're sitting there, you move just the slightest bit and it's off. And here's the last exposure, which is going to be the longest one. Roll it off. Told you it's going to take a while. you'd be holding your finger on all this time. What are the chances you move just a little bit pretty big? Finally. All right. Hey, guys, thank you very much for having me as a guest tipper, and thanks for taking me to this really cool place to shoot.
I hope you enjoyed that tip, and I wanted to say thank you to Scott Kelby for coming up here. We had a great time shooting while he was here, and I look forward to seeing the images that he shot in his upcoming shows and stuff. So thanks for coming to Weekly Photo Tips on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.